Well, in what has to be the most eventful Raw since WrestleMania, this was an incredible, filled Raw with so many events, so much news, so many just, whew, just stuff that happened in this could close out a show. And to have all this jam-packed into 3 hours that flew by so quick, and I don't even know when the last time I said that was, but this Raw was great. I can't, I'm going to go through it little by little, but just overall, one of the best Raws I've seen in a long time. You had Ziggler and the Del Rio and Punk thing kind of solidifying Ziggler being the face, Del Rio being the heel, and CM Punk also being a babyface again. It's cool, Del Rio was never that great of a good guy. So it's good to see, him back in that bad guy role. I think he really suits it. Punk and Heyman are no longer together. It's unfortunate, but I guess Punk's going more on the babyface route now, and by the end of the show, you kind of figure out why that is. And first surprise of the night, Wade Barrett versus the returning Christian. Christian getting a great pop. He's been, I guess, cleared for a month and a half. Great seeing him in the ring again. And, it's just great to see Christian again. He had a handicap match. It was, whatever. I'm surprised Sandow got the win, because I was really expecting Sheamus to really kill both of them with one arm tied behind his back. Kane versus Ambrose was, it was fine. Very average match from Kane. Daniel Bryan versus Randy Orton in an no DQ match. I enjoyed this match a lot. It was a shame that it had to end the way it did. But, whether it being a work, I think if you were to have it a work, have Randy Orton turn in this way. Have same thing with Ziggler and Del Rio. Have Bryan to keep fighting back, and Orton just beats the shit out of him. And, there you go. Randy Orton's a bad guy. But, I guess they're going to do the whole slow progression. Not complaining, but really good match. I really enjoyed that one. What else? You had Kaitlyn and AJ and Stephanie. A great segment, seeing Stephanie back on TV and kind of in that, boss role. And she was a boss compared to AJ. Like, she looked like her mother. AJ was just dwarfed compared to Stephanie. And of course, you had the nip slip. That was pretty funny. I'm sure there's a bunch of screenshots you guys have seen. Then, what happened? Zeb Coulter and Antonio Cesaro are kind of a team now. That's great. Since Swagger's out for a bit, Zeb Coulter has nothing really to do, and Cesaro's kind of been off the face of the earth. And so it's good to see them together. Hopefully this is going to be a push, much like Paul Heyman pushing guys like Curtis Axel. Then, Mark Henry's retirement. This is a video on its own, but let me tell you something. This was great. I fell for it. I was, you can see me tweeting all through it. Everyone, I think there's not a single person who genuinely thought that Henry was going to swerve. As soon as he started crying, the tears always mean it's legit. And I don't know how he was able to fool people and cry and just be so emotional, but he did. And it was definitely something to go out of your way and check out. I loved it. Definitely the highlight of the show. Jericho versus Heath Slater, squash match. Jinder was on Raw, that's all I care about. Then we had Axel versus Cara. It was, once again, very, very average. Average Raw match. Punk versus Del Rio. It was not the best way to close out the show if it were to end there, but just, it was really whatever. Del Rio walked out for the countout. And then Brock Lesnar's music hit. And everyone went crazy. This is the match I think people have been waiting for a long time. Will they have it at Money in the Bank? Will they save it for SummerSlam? Have it at Money in the Bank, because that show is already stacked as it is with Mark Henry versus Cena, with that build that they did tonight. You have RVD returning. You're going to have 2 Money in the Bank ladder matches. You're going to have Punk versus Brock Lesnar. That's 5 huge things on that one show. This pay-per-view is going to be great. I wish I could go to Philly for this, but for anyone who's going to that show, you guys really, really got lucky. So that's it. Just great thing. Lesnar's music hit. He came down. He gave Punk an incredible F5. He threw him, and Punk almost did a flip, almost landed on his head. Just shows the strength of Lesnar and just the very small stature of CM Punk. But anyways, great Raw. I enjoyed it. Kept us under 5 minutes, and I'll see you guys in the next video.